Do you actually want it, or do you just want people to see that you have it? Hi, my name is Chelsea. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, we love to discuss all things self help, self improvement, and just becoming more aligned to the best versions of ourselves so we can live happy, beautiful, fruitful lives. So, I recently saw this post by We Think Deeply that said, do you actually want it, or do you want people to see that you have it? And on top of that, this quote that said, are you climbing the mountain to see the world, or for the world to see you? And I had to pause for a second because, as somebody who is in the creative fields in general and is very ambitious and very career oriented and goal focused, I had to actually pause and ask myself, wait, like, why am I actually doing these things? And I think on the surface, I assume most of us would say that we are doing this because we enjoy it, because we want to be successful in whatever sense or whatever that may be to you. But I had to pause and actually think. And I was like, low key, I'm not going to act like, I'm not even going to lie. I think I want to be seen. I do not, I think, I know that I want to be seen. Hence why I keep coming on here on camera and talking to people. And it's why I like to go out and socialize and all of that stuff, and why I am pursuing a career in media on camera. But I think it's deeper than that for me, at least. Oh, I don't know. It made me think for a second, because whatever industry you are in watching this video, I think oftentimes we are presented with so many things about what success is. Having a lot of money, having a specific career, being gifted things for free, being able to travel whenever you want, being able to have your own schedule. And I think a lot of these things can seem so appealing, especially because social media is everywhere and all of these different types of lifestyles and luxuries are exposed to us 24/7. And sometimes it can get difficult to actually understand and notice, do I actually want these things, or have I just been subconsciously conditioned to value these things and then chase after them? And this is where I had to get real with myself, and I think all of us need to get real with ourselves. Get real with yourself about why you actually want something. And this could be literally anything: a relationship, a specific type of friendship or a friend group, a specific type of career, certain luxuries, whether it's like a specific car or a specific house or a certain amount of money or vacations or whatever the heck it might be. I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me, sometimes it feels like things are not working out in my favor when I'm putting in only like 60% because I'm half-assing it, because my why behind the reason why I want something is not enough, because it's ego based. I know for me, have worked on different things, so many different things in media, and there was a point where I was working for a radio station, and initially the internship seemed so interesting. I was so intrigued. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be able to like work on radio. I think that's so freaking cool. And I started doing the internship, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually miserable here. And I think the idea of saying that I was going to be working for the radio, or my voice would be on the radio, whatever it might be, was so fascinating to me. I thought it was something that I would say and people would maybe give me a bit of praise for. And this is obviously all coming to light now that it's like been years after the fact. At the time, I think I was just telling myself, like, I want to be in media, so going on to the radio makes sense. But I didn't want it bad enough. And what happened was I was miserable because I was half assing it, giving literally 50, 60%. And then I was wondering why I wasn't doing so well, or why I wasn't thriving in that specific area. And I think that's something we have to ask ourselves when it comes to really anything that we're working on, or anything that we feel like we desire. Like, why do you actually want it? Is it because you want the status or the accolades that come with it? Because you want to be able to say that this is something you have accomplished, or this is just something you physically have, or because you actually want it? Another example I will use is my real life example. I am currently producing a talk show that I am also going to be hosting. I'm co-producing it. And I kid you not, guys. Oh my gosh, every day, new battle, new challenge, new mountain to climb. And thankfully, I'm not doing it alone. I have an amazing co-producing partner slash director, but it's a lot of work. And I think, off of face value, when I'm talking to people, when I'm meeting people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm producing my own talk show. Of course it sounds freaking glamorous. It sounds great. It sounds so fun. It sounds so cool. And not to say that it's not. It is a good time. You know what I mean? I did want to do this, but holy crap. If I wanted to have a talk show for vanity sake, for egotistical sake, to just say that I had a talk show so I could be put in front of all of these people and be known widely, if that was the only reason why, I think I would have quit. I would have quit by now. It's been over a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't even know anymore, of working towards this thing. And it feels like the outputs that we currently have are so much smaller than the amount of work we're putting in. I'm talking about something that we are working on 7 days a week for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And we have one episode so far to show for it. And I'm not complaining about it. This is obviously a process. It takes so long. There is so much we are learning as the journey goes on. But if I wasn't in this because I genuinely enjoyed connecting with people and felt like this show was necessary to start, I would have been miserable and I would have quit by now. In the same sense that I used to watch a lot of movies and be like, oh my gosh, it would be so cool to have a production company. And now that I know what the heck goes into it, I don't want one. I don't. I think even sometimes I would watch just reality shows and see entrepreneurs doing really great things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it would be so fun to be an entrepreneur. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're like, you know what? I would love to have my own business. Ask yourself before you go through the trouble of starting your own business or whatever it is. And I'm not saying this to discourage you, but these things take effort. They take consistency and persistence and a lot of resilience. And if you are doing something because you just want to say that you did it, you're not going to last. I don't think you are. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so blunt on here. And I'm not usually like this in person. But holy crap, we need to figure this out. All of us together. Do you know how much time and effort it takes to start a business? Do you know how many times people fail before they become successful or see a dime return to them? Ages, years sometimes it takes. And if you are just doing something because you want to get rich quick or whatever the heck, or you want people to know you widely, you're not going to last throughout it. I'm telling you right now, the driving factor of your ego is not enough for you to last, to fuel after your goals, especially if they are goals that take a lot more work than you think they do. I was watching the Michael Jackson movie, and the hours that this man was putting into his craft, it's like everyone would love to be able to say, no, I can't say everybody, that's a generalization, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that would love to just say they were the greatest of all time, or they are going to go down in history because of X, Y, and Z. The same thing comes to mind when I think of Beyonce, but it's like, are you even willing to put in those hours? Do you know how many things they probably had to sacrifice to be where they are or be where they were? Imagine people are going on tour, missing birthdays, missing life events of loved ones that they know, of their friends, of their family, because they are pursuing these careers that take a lot of energy and a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice. I think with social media, people do say that it's only a highlight reel and shows us the best things. And I agree to a certain extent, not necessarily for everything, but I do think it absolutely echoes those luxuries in life when it comes to certain ambitions, when it comes to certain careers, when it comes to certain lifestyles. I'm not going to act like I don't follow a bunch of creators that are being flown out on brand trips and having incredible times and seem to be making a lot of money, but you have to ask yourself, are you even willing to put in the work that they're doing? You don't know what's happening behind the scenes. It's all fun and games to say that, yeah, I want to do that, but what happens when you're waking up one day and you're exhausted, but you still have to get up and do that? What happens when you've had a miserable day, when things are not going for you, when a random life event comes out of nowhere and it frigs you up, but you literally still have to keep going because you have no choice? So when it comes to anything you are doing in life, ask yourself genuinely, why do I want this? Is it because I am enjoying the process of this? Is it because I know that me working towards this thing is going to build me into the person that I want to be? Or is it because I just want to see myself at the end goal? The creator, I forgot his name again, but from We Think Deeply, in that same post, he had mentioned the example of being a DJ. And it's like, okay, when you envision yourself being a DJ, when you close your eyes and you think about it, do you see yourself in front of a stadium, in front of thousands and thousands of people? Or are you seeing yourself putting in hours and hours and hours learning the craft, exploring how you can make things different and make things unique and your own, and just working towards that and building the skill? I'm not going to act like I don't have those same desires of being known, of feeling successful in my sense. I'm not going to act like I don't have those desires. I do. And I'm trying to just be very honest here. But I think my desire to connect with people, to communicate, to share knowledge, to storytell far outweighs the egotistical part of myself that also wants these things. I filmed this video today already and I edited it and I was about to I was about to upload it and I accidentally deleted the video. So here I am again hours later, even though I had woken up super early to record this video. I am here hours later re-recording it and I'm going to have to edit it and repost it. And you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind. Why? Because I genuinely get so much just from sitting here and sharing with you guys. I don't know how many people are going to see this. It could be 20 people that see this. Who knows? I don't have a lot of views on my videos, which is fine. And I do believe it'll come. But I'm doing this because I genuinely love to communicate and connect. And those little hurdles, like me having to restart or re-record a video or me losing footage or whatever it might be, those little things are not going to deter me from wanting to continue down this path, because my why is bigger than me wanting to just get rich quick or me wanting to be known as a content creator or whatever that might be. So when you're mapping out your life and you're thinking about the things that would make your life feel full and whole and just really, really good about what's going on in your everyday circumstance, ask yourself. One last example I'll give. If you are someone that just desires to say that you are vacationing and you go on all of these vacations, why? Like ask yourself, do I actually want to go on vacation? And why is that? I think like vacationing is like also something that's considered like, ooh, like what a life you live. You get to like travel the world and stuff, which I think is beautiful. But I think you have to ask yourself, beautiful in what sense and why? Is it because you want to see the world and actually see how different places operate, their customs, everything like that, how the people are different? Maybe you want to try new foods. Maybe you want to put yourself in environments that make you a little bit uncomfortable, but will allow you to grow. So when you come to thinking about those things, ask yourself, if I do want a vacation, if I do want to travel, for example, why? What will it do for me? Do I want to just say that I've been vacationing, but I'm not really having a great time when I go? Or am I going because I'm learning so much about the world and about myself? So whatever it comes to in your life, I think you need to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And there's this exercise of just like asking yourself why until you get to the root cause. So if it's like, why do I want to go on vacation? Because I want to have a good time. Why do I want to have a good time? And then you keep answering until you get to like 7 times. I think you've asked yourself why. And at that root cause, you'll actually find your why for why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe it is vain. Who am I to say? Who am I to judge? But if it is not, I think that will give you a little bit more fuel to really last throughout these things. Because no matter what path we choose, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be struggles. But I really believe that why, that core why of why you're doing something, is what is what will allow you to stand apart from those people that are just doing it to say that they're doing it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Maybe leave a comment if you want to chat with me. Yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day and I'm rooting for you and we're in this together, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.